picture me?
No! The definition of the word idiot, which you fucking are.
Rear there.
Student.
And we are live. Welcome, folks, to the American Movie Podcast. If you've never been here before, welcome aboard. I go through movies, news, documentaries, Netflix series, Netflix originals, and today we're going over Fire in Paradise. So this is the scariest documentary on Netflix. They have Ted Bundy. They have a whole host of killers and documentaries and docuseries about murders and cults. This is the scariest damn thing on there. It's 40 minutes. It's about Paradise, a town in California where just one crazy morning, the wind picks up, it's unusual weather, and a fire starts, and then it just jumps town to town to town, and it gets out of hand in a matter of 20, 30, 40 minutes, and then it blazes a whole county pretty much in a matter of hours. And it's the most terrifying thing I've seen. Like, it's 40 minutes, and it's just like, it's the most terrifying thing ever, man. I can't believe it. This is the scariest thing in the world. And it's like they have unlimited footage too, because everybody has a camera phone. So you get camera phone footage. It's like a bunch of cameramans are just running around during this fire. And so they center upon a few firemen, a police officer, and teachers inside of a school bus. And the teachers inside of a school bus, there was hesitancy to get on this school bus with the children, but they were evacuating, and they're like, we only have a few moments to get out of here because there's traffic backed up, and it's a hilly California area in Northern California. It was Campfire, if you want to look it up. And so they're in this bus, and they have these young children, and they get stopped, and there's just so much smoke. So they have like one bottle of water. So the bus driver, without hesitation, takes off his shirt, rips it into tatters, makes it into some sort of smoke filtration little patch, and they put water on it, and it allows these kids to breathe a little bit better. And you see the despair on these people, and just when they're reliving this thing, and it's one of the scariest things ever, because this can happen anywhere, man. And it's just like, especially in California. It makes me not want to live in California, just because I love California. I've been there 3 times, but it's so terrifying. And you just get the insights of these people, and it's just like the helplessness of the circumstances and the chaos, and just not being able to do anything about it. Like, you have your children, your pets, no belongings, because you have moments to leave, and then you're faced with the grim possibility that you'll die. And it's terrifying, man. It is terrifying. It's Fire in Paradise, and it's one of the best documentaries I've seen, for real, just because it's so eye-opening at how vulnerable towns are, especially in California, where it's like it just takes a few stars to align, and then you can wreak havoc across an entire community, and it's irreparable damage, and you're just like, oh my God, dude. So this was like gut-wrenching. I wouldn't watch it late at night. I would watch it with a friend. Be sure to call your mom after and just kind of get, back to square one or baseline. And I was going to I'll look up and maybe I'll put it in the show notes. Like, if you're able to donate to this community or the family or anything like that, if there's some sort of, access to these people somehow. So it was incredibly well done, and it was just terrifying the entire time. And you're just emotionally unhinged, man. It's scary. And it's like, just the rapidness of the spread of this horrendous fire is bad, man. So if that sounds interesting, check that out. Let me know if you've watched it. Let me know what you thought. If you did see it, let me know if you have any questions about Fire in Paradise. I love stuff like that because it's so eye-opening, and it's so important to understand that, like, it's a thin veil between, life and death, especially when there's chaos involved. So it's like, it was really cool, man. And I really enjoyed it. I think it's important to see. And these happen, like, at the very end, it goes through all of the fires that have happened, and the degree in which they've engulfed California have just been insurmountable in comparison to the past years. So, like, this decade has been just bad. So they interview, firemen, police officers, and there's like, one of the most gut-wrenching things is there's some death and bodies in here too, and it's like you just get to see this person who's videotaping stuff in real time deal with the loss of their friend because they see their car and then they see the two bodies that are just remains. And it's bad, man, but it's important. And yeah, it was one of the scariest things I've ever seen, dude. Like, man. Yeah. So sleep well. Don't forget to subscribe. A lot of good stuff to come. If you want to start your own podcast, I created the Podcast Publisher. It's a video series and a video teaching guide and a video course, pretty much, where you get to see how I set up all my podcasts, all my videos, stuff like that. And I step-by-step show you how to set up the gear, which gear I recommend, all of that stuff. So if you've ever thought about starting your own podcast, check that out. It is Social, SOCIAL, creative.org. So check that out. It's a podcast publisher. So I'm pretty proud of it. It looks really good to me, and I'm just going to keep adding to it and making adjustments accordingly. But yeah, so check that out if you like. That was Fire in Paradise, folks. Until next time, Matthew Benjamin with the American Movie Podcast. Bye.
Damn! It's a goddamn cougar in the car.
Oh, there's a cougar in the car. I put it in there.
Jesus. Look up idiot in the dictionary. You know what you'll find?
Picture me.
No! The definition of the word idiot, which you fucking are.
Rear end, Derek.